Hi, my name is Brennan Hightower, Career Counselor at Parkland College. In this short video, we will cover what is a career portfolio and how can you make it work for you. In short, a career portfolio is a way to display your professional production of work. It's a way to showcase it to scholarship committees or potential employers. Portfolios are commonly required during the interview process for jobs, especially in art, writing, photography, etc. However, it's important to know that you can have them for any industry. The reason you can have a career portfolio for any industry is because you really just want to show proof of your skills, samples of your work, along with letters of recommendation. With this in mind, it's important to think about how do you want to showcase your work and your portfolio? Do you want it to be physical or do you want to create it online and make it digital? It's completely up to you and what works best for you. But before we jump into more about the career portfolio, I always talk about references because that's important. So, what I would like for you to do is take 60 seconds and write down 3 potential personal or professional references that you would like to include in your career portfolio. Go. If you weren't able to write down 3, don't worry about it. The idea is to get you thinking. You can always come back to this later. But before we move on from references, it's important to note a good reference can be the difference between you and another applicant with a similar application and resume. So keep that in mind. Now, before we move forward, I really want you to take some time and consider this slide. Creating a portfolio can help you prepare for an interview. You can review your portfolio prior to the interview to recall specific examples of your accomplishments, or you can use your portfolio during the interview to reference as you're being asked questions. Remember, your portfolio is a way to show potential employers direct evidence of your skill set. Speaking of skill set and accomplishments, I'd like you to take 60 seconds and write down 3 accomplishments or skill sets that you would like to highlight in your career portfolio. Go. All right. Even if you haven't written down 3 of each, don't worry about it. Come back to it later. From here, we're going to move on and talk about 4 ways to build your portfolio. Let's Step 1, you want to make sure you collect all of your materials. So gather the materials that you want to use in your portfolio, but make sure you're using the most current and relevant information. Step 2, you want to organize your materials. You should arrange your portfolio so that potential employers can find information easily. It's a good idea to put your resume, your bio, and your skills list near the beginning, and then arrange other items according to what you think is most important. Before we go on to steps 3 and 4, I do want to let you know that I'll be showing a slide soon that shows you what to put in your portfolio if you're a little unfamiliar with the process. Step 3, you want to make sure that your career portfolio is visually appealing. So you want to make sure that you organize and design your portfolio in a way that is consistent and displays your personality and work style. Lastly, you want to customize it. Once you have a master copy of your work portfolio, you can customize it for specific job applications and interviews. You can change your resume and skills pages to highlight the required listed on the job description. Okay, now that we've covered how to put your portfolio together, here's another 60-second activity. Portfolios can be physical or digital. Which would you prefer and why? Go ahead and write that down. All right, regardless of which you choose, whether it's physical or digital, organization is very important. So in this slide, I'm using from another institution. They have provided 9 things to consider in your career portfolio. So your cover page, your table of contents, your cover letter, then resume, letters of recommendation, evidence, don't forget your professional goals, some work samples, and evaluations. Before we wrap up, let's talk about some digital portfolio ideas. Here I have included 3 ideas for you to consider. Number 1, you can use a digital portfolio site such as LiveBinders. LiveBinders is simple to use and uses a passcode in case you want to protect your information and only share it with certain individuals. You also have the option to have it public. It's up to you. Another way to display your professional work is to use LinkedIn and take advantage of all the features that it offers. Lastly, you can create a personal or professional website. You can use something such as WordPress or Squarespace. In each instance, you're able to showcase your professional work. All right, we've reached the end. The last thing that you want to do in creating your career portfolio is to save all of your information in one place. It's a great rule of thumb to have these documents saved on a flash drive or in your cloud to make sure that you have what you need when it's time. So that's it for today's video. If you would like more information on career services, please email careerservices@parkland.edu or follow us on Instagram at Cobra's Career Services.